All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 147-pound division, whereby certain evidence that has been put out there seems like Errol Spence Jr. has made a decision about what he's going to do next, and it looks like he's probably going to keep his word and continue to be the same dude that he's always been, which is why I like the dude. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 147-pound division, and we're also going to have some other news about boxing just in general, because some news came out yesterday. Shout out to Alan Dawson, a journalist on Twitter. And you can find his page at Alan Dawson Sport. And he released some information that is coming out of the state of Nevada, specifically the Nevada State Athletic Commission, that relates to Errol Spence Jr., also to what the PBC has planned for the rest of the year, at least in Vegas. Now, before I get into that, though, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you are a longtime subscriber or a new subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you guys so much for your continued support. Thank you so much to everybody that sponsors the videos in the super thanks. There's been a couple new people that have sponsored in the super thanks of videos like this, and it really does mean a lot to the channel. So thank you guys so much. Now let me get into this. Alan Dawson reported that what started out as an interesting date of reservations for possible Vegas events in the coming month turned into a push for the UFC and a discussion on how drug testing should work in Nevada in the modern age. Went on for at least an hour. That was his initial report about what was going on in the meeting. However, the agenda that was on for the Nevada State Athletic Commission meeting included TGB, which is Tom Brown, and the major promoter for the PBC, has date reservations for November 4th, November 11th, November 9th, and November 30 at the MGM Grand or the T-Mobile Arena. Also, Top Rank has made a reservation for the Mandalay Bay in February of next year, and then Spence Jr. Volkanovski, very long Polish name, among requests for unarmed combatant licenses in 2023. So there you go. You have Errol Spence Jr. has now applied for his license in the state of Nevada. If you did not know, his license was suspended after he lost to Terrence Crawford on July 29th. I do believe that it was it wasn't a very long suspension, but they've already applied for a new license for the state of Nevada. More than likely, that's Tom Brown is going to be the one doing that as the promoter, TGB. I think that the promoter does that. But whatever the case is, Errol Spence Jr. is clearly not going to retire. Otherwise, he would not be asking for a license. Now, of the two dates that are there, December 9th and December 30th, more than likely December 9th would be the date for a rematch with Terrence Crawford. Now, obviously, there is the possibility that Errol Spence Jr. could be applying for a license and wanting to fight in Vegas against somebody else that date, but more than likely not. Very, very small chance that that's the case. So it looks like he is pushing to get it done in this year. Now, that is a little bit doesn't even contradict. It goes right along with what Stephen Espinoza had said about what he believed was going to happen in the rematch. And he said, look, it'll be late 2023 or early 2024. I think a lot of people, because the sound quality on the video when he said it wasn't the best, may have heard or thought that they heard him say that it was going to be early 2020, late 2020. Or early 2024, which quite honestly, man, doesn't make sense in the context of the rest of the things that he said. But there you go, man. It looks like it looks like Errol Spence Jr. and the rematch for Terrence Crawford is going to be on and popping. And it is, like, I've done a couple videos about it where I've stated my opinion about it. And it has basically been this, it remains this, that Errol Spence Jr. wants to jump right back into a fight with Terrence Crawford, 154 pounds. That's his right to do so. And only he and his camp really know what took place with him and really know whether or not he feels like he can win, is in a position to do better in the second fight than he was in the first. And so really, you know, these guys are professionals and they know what's going on specifically better than other people do. Now, Stephen Espinoza had said that their team needed to, to evaluate whether or not there was any like residual neurological damage from the car accident that may have affected how he trained or, his performance. And I'm sure all of that stuff is going to take place. And just to be honest with you, even with the fact that they announced it, there still could be, they didn't announce it, that they are taking the preliminary steps to set the rematch up for the end of the year, because that's obviously what this is. Can't imagine it's any different than that. That, the closer they get to it or before they get into training camp, that may change. But I doubt it very much. Errol Spence Jr. said that he wants to get his get back. He's also been out on social media, looks perfectly fine out there on social media. Eyes still a little puffy, but it could be that I just never noticed that his eyes were puffy before. Anyway it goes though, man, like I said, that is his decision. As far as this announcement go though, man, I'm really interested in to know November 4th, 11th. That's two fights in November, 2 fights in December. What those possibly could be. I doubt very much that they are going to be like the rematch for Jermell Charlo versus Canelo Alvarez, which takes place on September 30th. But there could be a slew of those of potential fights that they could be. Could be Gervonta Davis fighting Isaac Cruz, which I really do think is the fight that's going to happen. Isaac Cruz is the number 1 rated guy in the WBA. Gervonta Davis said he wanted to get another fight in. Another really good guy that we got people that could be fighting, I hope, or is like a Jaron Ennis fight for his. I think that would be I think that's Jaron Ennis's. That would be Jaron Ennis's 3rd fight of the year if he could get one in before November or December. And in November or December. Also, obviously, there's Keith Thurman. There's Amanda Stanionis that has not had a fight date. And these are all fights, obviously, that would be. These are obviously dates that will take place in Las Vegas. I'm not sure. I have to go back and look at if most of the fights that the PBC puts on in Vegas are really big fights. But I don't think that they always are. But a fight, any combination of if there was a Keith Thurman, Jaron Ennis fight in Las Vegas, that would be wonderful. I'm just glad that they got more dates coming up, because we have September, then we'll miss October. So we got fights in a really good one in September. And then if they close it out in November and December, man, that would be a great thing. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.